Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and to my first product review in a little over a year. So I would like to do more reviews on here. The issue I have is that if I get a product, say I get a product today, something new, I'm not going to review it for at least 3 to 4 weeks, or at least until I have worn the product with different primers and in different conditions, just so I can get like a really good feel for it. I'm not really into first impressions because you can't really tell anything. A product could work with one primer and not the other, you know? And I like to see how it wears during a simple day, going to do errands, to being at a death metal show where you know that your makeup is bomb if you can come out of a death metal show with not a lot of streakiness. So today I want to talk about the Wet n Wild Goth-O-GRAPHIC collection. I know it came out a little while ago. I've had it for about a month and I feel very confident in my review. So if you happen to end up liking this video, click the subscribe button and I hope you enjoy it. So this is the collection here. I love the pink skulls. My goodness. I love the packaging. I mean, holographic stuff is kind of on its way out, but you know, Wet n Wild wanted to do sort of like a death to the unicorn thing. So everything has skulls. And here you get a stick highlighter, 3 other highlighters, and then you have your liquid shadows and your lipsticks. There we go. I must say, I love the packaging. Wet n Wild, I don't know, it's cutesy, you know, and so are the names of their products. So I'm going to start with the highlighters. I think that's a good place to start. I only put foundation and concealer on, and let me pull this crazy mane back so that you guys will be able to see my cheeks better. So this collection was $39.99. It came to me in 2 days, and I love their customer service. Like I said, I do love Wet n Wild. I just am not a huge fan of this collection. So the first Wet n Wild product we have here is the loose highlighting powder. I love the packaging, and it's called Moon Tears. So this is what it looks like inside. You can tell I've been using it a lot. It has a little skull in there, and I want to show you what this looks like. And I'm gonna actually take the Wet n Wild highlighter brush from the unicorn collection, which I really did enjoy. So I'm gonna go in here. I'm just gonna dip, pat, and you can see this is a blinding highlight, right? It is blinding. The powder's kind of coming off a little bit, but when you look very closely, can you see that glitter? It's just glitter infused everywhere. So it is nice, but I mean, in person, you can really see like the little pieces of glitter, and you can see the powder just going everywhere, and glitter's going to end up everywhere eventually. So, I mean, I like it. I think it's cutesy. I think that maybe somebody like 20 years younger than myself would really, really love this. It's just not for me. I mean, I love how blinding it is. I'm just not really into the glitter. But I would say that this is the best product in the whole collection, in my opinion. So we're going to move on to the Mega Glow Highlighting Stick. And this is in the shade Hello Darkness. I actually really do like this. Now this is how I usually do like a stick highlighter. I usually put it on my finger, and I'm going to go, oh, let's go over here and just sort of press, or sometimes I'll take it and I'll put a little bit there, and then I'll take like a little beauty blender and go out. Now this is hollow. It's very holographic, and it works, and it feels nice. It doesn't put a lot of texture on your skin, which I like, but it's not very necessary, you know. And let me swatch this one for you here. I'm not a very good swatcher, but I mean, it is what it says it is. It is a highlighting stick. It is holographic. It does work. I just don't, for me, I could see maybe wearing this if I'm going to a show and I want to do like some crazy makeup or something. And I do think that this is my second favorite product in the collection. So we're going to move on to this Mega Glow highlighting powder here. And this one is in the shade White Raven. And I'll show you what this looks like. I'll use a different brush, clean brush here. This is from AOA. Now, if you look at it, it looks white. Let me see if I can get it to really show. See, and it has like all those different colors in it. It's kind of like the powder version of the stick. And we'll put this one right down here, or maybe even over this. So it just sort of, I mean, it does work. It's nice. It does what it says it's going to do. But, I mean, I find it kind of unnecessary to have this and the stick because they essentially look the same. You know what I mean? And now the last highlighter here, I didn't really care for at all, but I think it could make a good blush topper. This is the highlighter here in Purple Ashes. And I'll put this on with the other side of this brush. I'll try to go down a little bit further so you can see. I mean, it's very pinky, and I just kind of don't get it. I'll put it around here a bit. I hope you guys can see that. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't show up the best on my cheeks, but like, why do I want pink there? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, But if I take my blush brush and say I had like a nice little blush there, I would love this as a very faint sort of topper, especially in the summer because it's like shimmery. So, I mean, that's not that bad of a product, but I just think that if you want a nice highlight, just go with the regular Mega Glow highlighters. I mean, and they pretty much, I mean, they have some shades that are similar to this that are just kind of better, I think, that show up better. So, moving on to the liquid shadows. Oh, I wanted to love these. I wanted to love them so badly. What I want to do first is take this shade, Pure Intention. I'm going to take this one here, and I'm going to apply this right now while I talk about the other ones because I want you to see what happens to it. So you can see the applicator here, and you want to get a decent amount on, you know, so it's covering your lid. Nice even coat. Oh, it's a little streaky, but let's get it on. We'll dab it on a little bit, and we're gonna let that one dry. With these liquid shadows, I'm disappointed because I feel like they are chunky, and they're really sheer, they're chunky. The applicator is absolutely horrible. I don't find that it picks up an even enough amount of product to place it like all over your lid. I've tried this just as like a middle, like little tiny, center of the lid shade. Like I did this purple over a black, and it was nice, but you had to be very careful of how much you were going to use. And the same went for these other two here. Now this is the pink one here, and I'll let me apply the purple one just so you guys can see it better. Okay, let me get this open. I mean, look at the applicator, and it looks like kind of dry. See, now I'm trying to do like a one swipe sort of thing, but you can't like get that on with one swipe. And I have tried this on clean eyes, and today I used the Urban Decay primer potion, and I set my eyes like I normally would with anything, and it's sheer, you know, you can see like right through that color. And like I said, a nice little pop of it isn't bad. That's gonna work. It's gonna be okay. But that's not what this is for. I mean, unless we're talking about this collection being a box of toppers, which I could understand because that's sort of how they work best, is on top of something with something else. And while these are drying, I wanted to get to these lipsticks. Girl, these lipsticks are the worst. So I have every single liquid catsuit from Wet n Wild. These are just the ones that I could find right now to bring down. I absolutely love the original formula with the original set of colors. Love it. Anytime, like with the Mermaid collection, anytime they put something else out like this, I feel like the formula is so different and it's really, really lacking. So I'm going to go in, which one should we do? Let's just do this blue color here. It's like a periwinkle. This one is called Pastel Grunge. So the applicator is pretty much the same as with like the other liquid catsuits, but if you look at it, look how dry, you know, and I'll even stick it in again, and this is what it looks like. And now I'm going to take it to the lips so you guys can see this on. Oops, I don't want to do that. I mean, let me get in here again. I mean, look at this. This is not very good. Now, the important thing for me, and I can layer it, which I'm going to do so you can see. This is my second thing. Now, it isn't ultra important for a lipstick. Sometimes you have to go in more than once, but with something that has like this glitter infused formula, it's too sheer. It's very, very dry. And the thing about it is that the more you put on, the heavier it is, the more like the drier it becomes, and it starts to crack and it'll start to break apart. I mean, and it isn't a very flattering color anyway. I used this over a black right in the center. It was okay as a topper. Again, it was okay as a topper, but it wasn't the best. And I'm going to take this off so that I can show you the lipstick that I do actually like. And well, maybe we'll put on the silver too. Let me just wipe this off here. It's just kind of disappointing because if they did it like the right way, which I don't know which way that would have been, if they could have somehow kept their original formula with this. Now this is kind of, I mean, this is okay over another lipstick. It's just not okay on its own. It's too sheer. If it were a little bit darker, I could definitely see, you know, it would cover more of your lip and it would just work a lot better. But on its own, and it's just not that good. It's just not that good. I want it to be. Like I said, I love Wet n Wild. Okay, so let's do this silver color here so you can see. It's the same sort of thing. You know, it's just not that creamy. And let's put it here. Look at that. I mean, do I even have to put this on my mouth? I guess. Whew, this is the worst one. I'm even going to double dip. I sort of have a grayish holographic tint on my lips. It's no good. It's no good. It doesn't look really poppin' like it does in here. I am not a fan. And now I have to take this off because I want to show you the one that I do like. And then we can get back to these liquid shadows. I can feel how drying they are. I'm just taking a little micellar water to take these off. Now, I did not care for this shade at all. I didn't like it as a topper. I just didn't see any like use for it, basically. But, however, I did really like this one here, and this one is called Wicked Pink. This is what it looks like here. And don't get me wrong, guys, I love the packaging. I love Wet n Wild. I don't get this collection. I'm trying to fix up my foundation just a little bit there. Okay, so this is Wicked Pink. You can even see how creamy and how much comes out on this. Now, I like this because it's just like a nice little gloss. See, it has like a nice little shimmer to it. It's just a really nice gloss, or even a topper over chapstick, which is what I'll use it for. I really like it a lot. This liquid lipstick here, this one is called Death to Unicorns. And I mean, it's just, look, you know, the chunkiness, it's so sheer, it's just no good. I just am not a fan of them. Now, I'm going to bring you in here. Well, I'm going to come in so you can see how this dried. See? It's sheer, it's patchy, it clumps in certain areas. And this one here, it may appear okay, but look, this is all like flaky, you know, and that's how they all are. So I'm not the biggest fan of this collection, and for $39.99, I don't expect to just get 2 products that I could use as toppers for something, you know. I want my money's worth. And I mean, even though I can use a few of these, I really feel like if just skip this. If you like a blinding highlight with a little bit of glitter in it, this is great, and it does last a long time. I would just pass on these. Like, if you can get some things individually, I would just go for Wicked Pink, maybe the hollow stick, like if you're into that, and this guy right here, because it's just not good. And for the 3 liquid liners that you get here, now I love the Wet n Wild like Mega Glow Black, the like original eyeliner here. Look at this wand. It's bent, it's weird, and I mean the hairs are they're just awful. So even if I try to straighten this out here, I mean, look at this. Like, this is just craziness. So I've tried to use a different like eyeliner brush. All of them are like this, by the way. Like, how am I supposed to get a good kind of sturdy color here? You know, it's a little streaky, and because this is the wand, it's hard to control, and it doesn't go on evenly, and it does fade very, very quickly. I'll move in a little bit so you can see that. And the same goes for the white and the purple. Now, with these, if you have these and you don't know what to do with them, if you were going to do like some really fun, almost like a sugar skull kind of look, or just put like some dots of color around your eyeshadow, these are fine for that. But that's not what they are. Here's the wand on this one, which it is a little bit straighter, don't get me wrong, and I'll apply this one too so you can see that it still has its issues. I mean, it's so long, like, and it's just not stiff enough. Like, if the wand was shorter and you had, and just a little bit more stable, see, I mean, the shade isn't even that great. I mean, you don't really even get a lot of payoff for it. And this is the white one here, and this is in Prayer. I mean, look at this. This is a mess. You know what I mean? It's just an absolute mess. And, I mean, yes, it's white. It shows up a little bit, but it's very streaky, and it doesn't last for very long, you know? So, I mean, overall, I would say a big pass on this collection. And if you find any of these items individually, I really just recommend Wicked Pink and the highlighting stick, and even like the loose powder if you're into that. But it was pretty disappointing. And look, see, as it dries more, this in here, it's just getting all creasy and everything. So it just wasn't, it wasn't worth it. It just really wasn't. And so that concludes my review. Like I said, when I start to review more products on here, it may not be the day something comes out or the week something comes out, because I need to really put it to the test. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Follow me on Twitter if you'd like. That's where all the tea goes down. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Love and hugs. Bye.